This is awesome as shit. What is going on, everybody? Right here bringing you guys some Subnautica. Today we have a brand spanking new update, a much anticipated one as well. Jesus Christ, is this really good? Not the Terraformer. Is this really going to be an issue right now? For those of you who don't know what the moon pool is, it is, yeah, you better get your ass far away from me. It's a base add-on attachment that allows you to dock your Seamoth, which is what this little beauty is right now. Generally very useful and just actually kind of realistic. You'd expect these people, if they're terraforming random alien planets and they have to land on it, you'd want a safe way to get from your ship to your base without having to deal with the outside elements. I mean, for God's sakes, we just laser beamed 2 stalkers away from us. A stalker would fuck you up in real life. You'd get your leg ripped clean off. They mess with metal. They chew on metal, so a flesh and a bone it'd be torn away. We're getting off topic, however. I am going to construct a meeny-weeny base really quick using dev commands. For newcomers who don't understand why I use dev commands, I do have to explain this every couple videos. It's I did have a couple series going way back in the day. I've been playing Subnautica since like the second week it came out, and it was ridiculously awesome. It was like a very fun series. I just was gathering resources forever, kind of doing a few just mass projects. I would mass build bases and just gather titanium for hours on end. But then a whole new update would come out for Subnautica. Then in order to apply the update, you have to delete your game, which is awfully heartbreaking, and it just sucks to have to break it to you guys. So I figured at least until they're done updating the biomes, because I feel like that's the biggest one you have to delete the game for. At least until they're done with that, I have to take a break from series, from a Subnautica survival series, because I'm just going to have to delete it and start over again. It's going to suck for everybody. But until then, I don't mind these update videos, because it keeps me on edge with exactly everything going on with Subnautica. Because it's always good to know the scoops, updates, and exactly when they come out, so that's very, very important. Plus, I'll know when it's time to get another series going. Shoot, you can't be up there, can you? That is so unfortunate. Yes, I did have to just completely change locations. Basically, the entire game just lagged out. Now, this isn't a complete update. It's just in the game, as Subnautica tends to do. They update things in experimental mode before they're actually in the game. I understand it would be a little bit better to just wait till it's completely in the game to show it, because then you could completely tinker around with it and everything, but a large amount of people were... That's gonna build right into that. I'm just not even gonna... Actually, you know what? Fuck it. Thug life. But yeah, a lot of people were actually requesting that I do this, which I'm of course down. I was very thankful for those people to inform me about this, by the way. So I figured, screw it, why not just mess around with the updates and then just fully implement it when I do a Jesus Christ, this thing is about to be maxed out and I wasn't even paying attention. So yeah, just full disclosure, you actually cannot dock the Seamoth in it. That is, it's quite disfortunate. It's dysfunctional and it's unfortunate is what I was trying to say. But you can still see the all-around inside, the exact design, what it's going to look like. It's basically completely implemented. Just a couple of minor details I'm assuming to fix. You can tell it's coming in the next few days. I'm just anxious to get in there. I understand I'm doing an unnecessary amount of building right now, but if you're going to do something, you might as well do it right. Subnautica is doing me dirty, everybody. It got me again. Oh, I thought everything crapped out right there. I'm thinking I'm just not supposed to be stacking these vertical connectors too high. If they're not too high, I don't mean too high as in like way too high. I mean as in stacked 1 and then 2. I think that is what's crapping everything out. So I'm not gonna go do a whole pretty base thing right now, simply because, well, because I don't want to keep restarting the game. This is kind of bullshit right now. This is malarkey. This is what I like to call it, but I don't mean to swear that hard. Honestly, if my mom heard me saying malarkey, I'd catch a fine whipping. Alright, so there's no... That was a horrible placement. I have to build a couple more corridors out at my own risk. I'm just getting super risky with it right now. This is by far the least looking risky behavior I've ever seen. That is quite possibly the most risky. I mean, shit, my game just froze out twice in a row. It's not that it freezes out. The game still looks perfect, but it doesn't allow me to pull a utensil out, which is extremely, I guess just inconveniencing when you're trying to build and you can't pull shit out. It's like, why can't I build there? That's malarkey as well. Right there, I can make do with that. I could feel like we have some sort of advancements going on here. That makes me satisfied enough. Alright, finally time to bring in the moon pool. Jesus Christ, been talking about it. Entire update video about it. You guys haven't even seen it yet. I'm as upset as you are. I didn't realize it'd be crapping out on me every 5 seconds, but I should have assumed, because that's generally what happens when they introduce brand new spanking game altering updates. Get ready, everybody, it's going down. Oh my god. There should be a slow countdown from 10 to 1. But it has to, this hallway would have to be much longer. It's very decided. Okay, there we have it, everybody. Getting totally sidetracked over here, forgetting about the beauty right in front of us. Here we have the moon pool, which is, of course, as aforementioned, meant for docking your Seamoth. As you can see, I don't have one docked here. That's what the game is trying to tell me. This is awesome as shit. I wonder if I'm just doing something wrong when it wouldn't dock. I almost feel like, because I know a few people, the people who were asking me to do this, were saying you can't dock it yet. But I didn't have energy hooked up to it, and I'm thinking there should be some kind of there should be some kind of force field there. Maybe just something that gets disabled when your ship gets close, because I mean, well, for one, it's deep underwater. I suppose nothing's gonna, if you just have it perfectly placed, then nothing's gonna get up in there. But I assume if it tilts a little, it's gonna fill with water rapidly. I guess it does have deep flooding systems, or whatever those are called, like whatever the Cyclops is overran with whenever you get hull damage. I'm stuttering a lot. I just drove an hour and a half home from work, which was a pain in the ass. It was hot as a motherfucker outside. Traffic, sweat my ass off for all those hours. Man, this, oh god, I honestly, I'm just concerned. What if a sea creature comes up in here? What if you're running from a freaking Reaper Leviathan? You just get to your moon pool, you make it up in there, you get pulled up, and a Reaper charges up behind you. Just imagine he's got cave crawlers all over him, they scatter all over the place, you're just fucked. You're running down this hall. Well, I guess that's where bulkheads would come in handy. We'd just put one down right there. But we'd have to have somebody at the door waiting till right when we get past it. Hopefully he's not one of those douchebags in the movies who closes it and locks it just for the greater good. Like, fuck you, it's safer this way. See this? This is what traffic does to me. It makes me blabber like a damn moron. Alright, so let's go place some solar panels, because I know that's... keep these guys away from here. That's another thing. What if that shit toxin, those little fart bubbles, one of them floated up in here, came up in here, and the gas just started. Alright, another fine example right here. The ghetto neighborhood, the locals. I mean, sure, he's flying away now, but what about when this thing doesn't have batteries? Then you're screwed. Of course, you can't build in there. You have to build in on these sides, this and the other side. You could generally tell when you're in here, though, because they have little markers right now. Cannot put windows up in the moon pool, though, which is kind of lame. I'd like to have a glass everything, maybe some kind of titanium reinforced glass something, so it doesn't just die whenever someone hits us. So oh no, don't tell me. Ah, crap. The game's crapping out again. It's doing what it was before. See, now I can't pull anything out. I can still access that. That's not supposed to do that, though. Can't pull up my inventory. Ooh, I can't hear. But as you can see, I've been rendered nothing. Just useless. I saved the game so I don't have to keep redoing it. I've actually saved it the last 2 times, but the 3rd time, the most recent time it crapped out on me, the game legitimately saved, so I have faith. Before we leave, though, just look at that. Look how sick that is. We are legit a subterranean people. Now we just need different sized rooms, so it's not just this or hallways. And I know we have the observatory and the rooms now, but I mean just different, because the room is a big step up. We can't see it right now because my game's crapping out, but you're in the right direction, for sure. I'd also like to see if we could put solar panels on the roof, but I can't right now because they've taken my power. Alright, feels good to be back again. Everything works, everything's generally cool. You think that would fuck with the waves. I hope they introduce that later. You can see little bits of water, but I hope they introduce it later where you could just like, I don't know, it'd be cool. Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. Alright, can we place anything else in here? I wanted to see that before I go. Looks like we're able to, there's just no room. But we could place other things, yes. Ooh, lockers? I don't know why I'm so extremely excited by that. This game really has me by the balls. That's how you raise excitement. Don't I guess just introduce the game as awesome but barely put together at all, and then just slowly put out awesome updates forever, and you'll forever keep people on their toes. It's lucky it's a good game though, so if it wasn't, people would get pissed about that. You would eventually lose your fan base, but luckily Subnautica is awesome as hell, so I'd stick around for updates as long as they come out. And then I'm just gonna play the shit out of the game. I don't even need to build anything. I'm just perfect. I'm nesting right now, is what's going on. Oh, we're gonna put solar panels on the roof, weren't we? Whoa! That was a terrifying noise. That stalker didn't even sound like a stalker, it just sounded like a ghost. That was actually really scary. When I first started playing Subnautica, stalkers only had one sound, and it was, well, they sounded like a lion, actually. Exactly like a lion. No different than a lion. I swear to God, I'm not lying. No, but in all seriousness, the motherfucker sounded like lions. Alright, how are we gonna get into here? I would like a separate entrance. Oh, look at that. I thought of everything. Oh my God, what the fuck? Stalkers, stalkers. Prepare to get repulsed, son. That's right. I hope you got head injuries from that. Hope you have severe headaches tomorrow at work. All day till at least noon, and you have to take Advil. All day, that's right, motherfucker. Trust me, it's a terrible thing to wish on somebody. Go ahead and put up another bulkhead ratmiol in case anything ever happens to either side. You gotta be able to cut off connections. There, now before I talk about, or before I apply those solar panels, forgetting very simple words right now, that's not a good sign. That means I need to get some, oh no, we're gonna mess with the hull, aren't we? But we have some space. But yeah, before I put those on, I just obviously gotta do, oh no, the game crapped out on me again. So, wait, did it? No, nope, nope. Oh yeah, it did. Son of a bitch, that's like the 5th time. This is getting exhausting. Can I even close it? Oh, I can't. Can't do it. Ah! Alright, Jesus Christ, Subnautica is fighting me hard on this one. That's all a part of testing out updates, though. Pre-updates while they're in experimental mode is you gotta figure out all the bugs, which I'm sure they are far ahead of me, because that was a rather obvious one. So now we will attempt. Oh, you can. Cool. That's super nice. That'd be kind of silly if you couldn't. I mean, I still might not. In my actual series, I'd be more inclined to cover the local nature in solar panels and then just have it transmit back to my base. That way I get to keep it clean as hell. It's like a general theme of Subnautica is clean. That's why I haven't seen a drop of dirt anywhere in any bit of base. It's actually kind of ridiculous. This guy's super OCD. I would never be able to keep it this clean. In fact, if I was the only person on this planet and I knew I wasn't going to see any humans, there'd probably be some feces in there. I ain't going outside just to drop a deuce every time. If there's not even another human on this planet, there's just no need. Well, I guess I could get sick that way. I'm not gonna be living next to it. I'm just saying. I'm not going outside every time. That's preposterous. Alright, I have managed to distract myself with retarded self-conversation. I suppose that's what that would be called. I just kinda always gotta distract when I'm building. Then especially right now, it's like hot as hell outside. Gotta distract myself. Okay, now we have the energy mountain. The pillar of energy. The pillar of autumn for all my Halo fans out there. Let's have you all go around. Look at that holy source of energy. Get rid of you, because you're fucking up everything for everybody. Okay, now we just have one beam going right there. I mentioned this before, I still feel like if I stood right here, I would have testicular cancer. Why there? Why not over here? It's so much closer. Ooh! Ooh! I hear everything powering up in there. Fancy, hell yeah. That is awesome. Well, now I kind of want to get it a little more power. Even though this is just a ridiculous amount, it's unnecessary. The base is bumping. I'm eventually going to want speakers, a couple TVs going, a few monitors at least. It's going to be pretty damn awesome, the setup. That is dope. That is just electricity concentration right there. Now, I assume we still can't dock the Seamoth. I was just testing it out. Wanted to see if that's what was going on. But yeah, there's this invisible layer, this invisible shield, if you will. So this is what's blocking us. That's me off. If you guys couldn't tell by me already bumping into it nonstop. This is what we have to look forward to, everybody, and it's just gonna pick you up basically just as the Cyclops picks up the Seamoth. Man, if you could put windows on this thing, that would be awesome. You definitely can't. I don't even think you should build on that yet. Clearly we need that antenna to communicate with all the people we can't talk to. No, I'm sure that's just for like internet and stuff, so we could contact all the satellites in the sky that aren't there. Not sure why we need that antenna. Maybe just to keep a frequency going from the Seamoth, Cyclops, and base, so everyone can talk to each other? No, we have no one else to talk to. There's no reason for that antenna. You know what though, my knowledge of electrical engineering is like not even virtually non-existent. That implies that it doesn't exist virtually. It doesn't exist. I think my skill of electric engineering exists in the plane of nothingness. I have absolutely no freaking clue. So I'm talking clean out of my ass right now. Just kind of incomplete enjoyment and amazement of the whole new base. I want a cleaner way to organize these. If we could get some sort of brackets, like a energy bracket, something to just put in so we could cleanly organize, make sure they're all facing the same direction. Ooh, and if it had like a little command prompt you can go up to and click and choose which degree from 0 to 360, you could choose which way all the solar panels aim together so they absorb the most sunlight. God, they could really add on to this game forever. There's so much infinite awesome possibilities. Anyways, you guys, that's for all my Subnautica fans out there. I know you guys and myself have been long anticipating the moon pool, and it's no longer just, well, it lagged a little bit right there, but it's no longer just update videos on Trello or Subnautica update boards. I guess I should throw Steam forums in there as well. It's a reality, and even though we can't talk to Seamoth in it, clearly they already have the mechanics down for this. It's just the same animation as in the Cyclops, so it's not like they have to develop anything new for that, so it's pretty much all here. Maybe they're just figuring out that invisible force field issue I was talking about earlier. How would we keep things from coming in here? That's no sense of security. You would absolutely have to have hatches. By that matter, they should definitely have creatures that could eventually swarm through the moon pools, so you have to close the hatches and fight off whatever got in your base. Oh, it took away my items again! Alright, well I officially can't do jack shit again, can't even close doors anymore. God, I can! I can build again! Nope, it just teased me. Oh hey yo, I got my shit back. That's awesome. Okay, so back to what I was talking about 2 minutes ago. If things came in here and you just got to blast them out of your hallways, then close the hatches, that would be so sick. I don't know why I closed that. I need to be on this side of the door. It's a moon pool update video. That was rather stupid. Anyways, if you guys had a good time, enjoyed this update as much as I did, feel free to smack that like button, subscribe for more, but most importantly, have a nice day. Peace!